Deacons going.
The New Orleans Saints select.
Yo, it's your boy Smokers YT, the Milkman, the Silkman, and we always back with another video. And if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you like this video because this took a lot of time. I would deeply appreciate it. And if you like Saints content, this is the place to be. Now I'm gonna just hit up on a couple moves that we made in the offseason so far. We signed Nick Van Nett from the Denver Broncos, and Nick Van Nett is a very good blocking tight end. He's not the most flashiest tight end, but look, you know, he's gonna come here and do his job. And look, he doesn't put up the most impressive stats, but he's going to come here and block. He has some soft, reliable hands. You know, this is a good compliment right next to Adam Trautman. So I like the Nick Van Nett move. So one of the low-key moves. And to Noah Pasanoa was another low-key move that we made in the offseason. And look, he has tons of upside. He is about 6'7". You know, he can apply that pressure. You know, 2019 was his best year. He put up 4 sacks and 16 pressures. You know, he's a low-risk, high-reward type of guy. He can play the edge position and can play the interior. To Noah Pasanoa was a low-key good pickup, you know. But let's get on to the rules and what we do here on the Smokes YT channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe too. But yo, here's the rules on this mock draft. We choose 3 first-round prospects and only draft 1, you know. But our first prospect of the day is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Let's see if he can apply that pressure in the linebacker core. And another one is Terrence Marshall Jr. Do we draft an LSU Tiger in the first round? Let's see. And then our last prospect of the day, we have Greg Newsome from the Northwestern Wildcats. Can he step in that Janoris Jenkins spot and make a big impact in his rookie year? Let's see about that. But the first prospect we're going to start off with is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker, Notre Dame. Let's get it.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, this guy is special, Mike. He just makes plays all over the field.
They can't play it any better than Jeremiah did right there. It absolutely flashes all over.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah has a lot of talent. He's possibly one of the best coverage linebackers in this draft, and he can make a big impact in his rookie year. He holds tons of versatility. He has great coverage skills. You know, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah can play right next to Demario Davis and make stuff easier for Demario. You know, his strength, he has good versatility. He can play some safety for you too. You know, he has speed, acceleration. He's a great coverage linebacker. And he has awareness. You know, but his weaknesses, he's an inconsistent tackler, shedding blocks and handling blocks. He is 6'1", 216. People say he's undersized. He is about undersized, but he can work in this league. And my comp for him is Darius Leonard, as Darius Leonard creates havoc, one of the best coverage linebackers in this league. He has some versatility with him, and they both apply straight pressure. So this is my NFL comp for Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But the next guy we have is Greg Newsome, cornerback from Northwestern.
Newsome again is their best cover corner.
You know, just playing with that chip on my shoulder, I think, you know, I was slept on. I still think I am in this draft, and even during the season, and even in college football.
I believe Greg Newsome is one of the more underrated cornerbacks in this draft. You know, Greg Newsome is a very good coverage corner. He's very physical. Greg Newsome is going to be stepping in a spot that we're going to need help at cornerback 2 as Jack Rabbit left. So look, Greg Newsome can be a perfect fit. Greg Newsome, he has good awareness. He has some great size as he is 6'1", 190. You know, he's very physical. He has good ball skills, but his weaknesses, he gets grabby on top of the routes. And injury history, he has a little bit of injury history in his run support. He can be a potential cornerback 2 on this team. But my NFL comparison to Greg Newsome is Darius Slay. Now, Darius Slay has a similar frame to him, and both of these guys are playmakers with good ball skills and have that good awareness. You know, Darius Slay is the NFL comp. Y'all let me know about that. But yo, right here we have wide receiver Terrence Marshall from LSU. Let's get in. Now, Terrence Marshall is a very special receiver. Now, Terrence Marshall is a very good route runner. He has good ball skills. His leap ability is insane. You know, his yards after catch. Terrence Marshall is a perfect package for this team. You know, Terrence Marshall, he has good size. He's about 6'4", 6'3", 201. He's good route running skills. His leap ability is insane. He has good ball skills, but his weaknesses is his run blocking. He needs to improve on his release and his quickness. You know, if he comes here, he's going to be a potential wide receiver too. You know, he can play some slot for you too. He's very versatile, you know. But Terrence Marshall with my NFL comp is Devontae Parker, as two guys who knows how to make those contested catches, good guys who have yards at the catch, you know. And Devontae Parker has very solid route running as long as Terrence Marshall. But who am I picking with this 28th pick? It's kind of hard, but I'm choosing Greg Newsome from Northwestern, and we're going to address the linebacker position. And you know, I don't think wide receivers should be like drafted at a high standards, you know, but Greg Newsome is going to be paired up with Marshawn Lattimore in the secondary. Let's get on to our second round pick, and we're choosing an LSU prospect here in Jabril Cox, and he was the best player available, so you cannot let this slide. So Jabril Cox was the 60th pick in my mind. I know Sean Payton doesn't like to draft LSU players. You know, he only drafted 2 in his era. You know, Al Woods in 2010 and 2018, Will Clapp. But look, I'm not just going to let a player like Jabril Cox and his ability to slide right past me. Jabril Cox is one of the best coverage linebackers in this draft, and he has some size to him. I think Dennis Allen can use him in so many ways, but we can just not let these LSU players slide right past us. LSU players are producing every year, winning Super Bowls. You know, it's just ridiculous. But that's my little rant on LSU. But look, his strengths, you know, his size, his frame, he is 6'4", 231. He's explosive. He has lateral agility. His coverage ability is good. He's a good tackler, but his weaknesses, he struggles on blocks. He sticks on blocks in the run game. He has to improve on his tackling, take some poor angles a little bit, but you know, he might just go in round 2, even round 1. But my NFL comparison to him is Zach Cunningham from the Houston Texans. Both guys who have similar frames and size. You know, Zach Cunningham is one of the more better coverage linebackers in the league, a dominant person in the run game. You know, Zach Cunningham is my NFL comp. But for round 3, we're selecting Trill Williams from Syracuse. Now, Trill Williams is going to be another depth cornerback, and he's very versatile. We're going to need another cornerback, as the cornerback depth is looking very slim. We just drafted Greg Newsome. You know, you have Lattimore. Who knows how many games he will miss. You know, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, aka CD Deuce. You have Keith Washington, Grant Haley, who I still want to see. Then you have Patrick Robinson and PJ Williams if you want to put him in the corner spot. But you know, Trill Williams can add that depth. He's very versatile. He can play the outside. He can play the slot. You know, Trill Williams is very physical, and he can do it all for you. He can contribute everywhere, you know, but his strength, he's very long, he's rangy, he is very athletic, his versatility is off the chain. He can play the slot, outside, safety. You know, he's 6'2", 198. You know, he thrives in man in zone, but his weaknesses is choppy footwork. He's over aggressive. He has to improve on his anticipation and improve on his ball skills. Might go in round 3 or round 4. I think his potential role probably a slot cornerback, like rotational and a safety. But shout out to Jim Kev for this comparison. Is a key to lead another tall, physical corner who's going to make those plays. He's going to be aggressive, physical. You know, Key Talib is the comparison. Shout out Jim Kev for that. Now, round 3 with the 104th pick, we're selecting Jalen Twyman from Pitt, the interior defensive lineman from Pitt. And we're going to just try to fix the holes in the interior lineman spot. You know, Malcolm Brown left. You know, Sheldon Rink is left. So, look, we only have Malcolm Roach, David Onyemata, and Shai Tuttle. So, we're going to plug Jalen Twyman in. And he's going to be a beast inside alongside with David Onyemata. You know, he has to improve on his run stopping. But as a pass rusher, this man is a beast. You know, he's going to wreak havoc alongside with David Onyemata. I wouldn't mind a guy like Jalen Twyman. You know, Jalen Twyman, his strength is his pass rush skills. He's very good in the pass rush. Jalen Twyman has explosiveness, his athleticism, and his body control is very good. But his weaknesses, he has to improve on his hand usage, improve on the run, his range against the run. You know, he's going to be that rotational interior defensive lineman. You know, my NFL comp was Grady Jarrett. You know, people might say Aaron Donald, and you can agree with that, you know, but my NFL comp is Grady Jarrett, is another guy who wreaks havoc inside the interior line, a very good pass rusher, obviously a better run stopper than Jalen Twyman, but they both have similar games, very explosive, but that's my pick. But with the round 4th pick, the 132nd pick, we're selecting Demetric Felton from UCLA. Now imagine this. You have Ty Montgomery. You have Alvin Kamara. With Jameis Winston. Demetric Felton, Marquez Callaway, and Michael Thomas. Just think about that. Demetric Felton adds that dynamic to this offense. You know, Demetric Felton can be used in so many ways as a returner. You know, he can be used in a slot and as a running back. You know, Demetric Felton can be that playmaker, that spark on this offense that Sean Payton can use, you know, and he can take off the break from Deontay Harris, so Deontay Harris can get more time in the offense, not as a returner. But look, Demetric Felton, you know, his strengths, he's elusive. He has a solid route running out the backfield. His vision is there, but his weaknesses, still learning the running back position. I don't think he's really going to be playing running back in this league. You know, he might be a slot receiver, but his overall contact and his high end speed, my NFL comparison for him is Ty Montgomery, as Ty Montgomery is another guy who can play slot receiver, he played running back, and is a very solid returner. You know, that's my NFL comparison for him. But let's get on to the next one, as we're selecting another Pitt player here in Paris Ford in round 6. My fault for putting the round 5 pick there, but the 218th pick, we're selecting Paris Ford, that we still need safety depth. You know, we got Marcus Williams back, we have Malcolm Jenkins there, but our backups is only JT Gray and PJ Williams. So you're going to be adding Paris Ford here, and Paris Ford can be another replacement for Malcolm Jenkins in the later years. And year 1, he contributed as a very good special teamer. The only reason why he fell this hard because his pro day, he didn't have the best pro day. But Paris Ford can come here and learn behind Malcolm Jenkins, and Malcolm Jenkins can pass him the torch, and Paris Ford can be very good alongside Marcus Williams for a long-term time, you know. But his strength, he's very physical, he's aggressive, you know, he makes those hard hits, he's quick, he's fluid, he has great ball skills, he's a tone setter, you know. But his weaknesses, he's missed some tackles, you know, he has to improve his anticipation, export angles on the tackles, and size for a box safety. He's 6 foot 190, you know. In my comparison for him is Malcolm Jenkins, as him and Malcolm Jenkins both has that versatility, have good instincts, you know, both guys who are about the same size, you know, and both guys who are reliable in tackling, you know. But that's my NFL comparison for that. But for round 7, pick 229th, we're selecting Marlon Terry with this pick, as he's going to be your developmental wide receiver 2, or he can start for you. But Marlon Terry can be that big target down the field, he can beat guys over the top, you know. Jameis Winston likes those guys, and I think he'd be very used well in this offense. You know, Marlon Terry, you know, his strength, he has great size and frame, he's 6'4", 209, he has a lot of upside too, you know. His elusiveness, his acceleration, his contested catch ability, and his explosiveness. But his weakness, he has some concentration drops, that's what led to his draft stock falling, you know. But he's sometimes late to snaps, he has some inconsistent hands and some subpar ball tracking, you know. He can be a potential outside guy, you know. But my NFL comparison for Marlon Terry is DK Metcalf, as two of these guys have good frame, can beat guys over the top, you know, guys who can make those contested catches, you know. But y'all let me know about that comparison. But the last pick of the day in round 7, the 225th pick, we're selecting offensive lineman Royce Newman from Ole Miss. You know, right here, this went up for grabs. I could have chose a quarterback, I could have chose a tight end 3, you know. I could have chose multiple positions, but I chose the offensive lineman here, as Royce Newman provides versatility. He can play some tackle for you, he can play some guard for you. Royce Newman provides that versatility that we can use on this team. He can be a backup offensive line for you, and you know, if somebody were to go down, we can plug him in that spot, you know. Royce Newman, you know, he's very versatile, he has solid athleticism, he has some good footwork, but his weaknesses is his length, his upper body strength, and he has to improve on his hand usage. You know, I prefer Royce Newman as a guard than the tackle, but he can do it all for you. He's a multi-positional type of offensive lineman. You know, Royce Newman NFL comp is our own teammate in James Hurst is James Hurst. He's another multi-positional offensive lineman who's going to play those solid snaps for you. He's very solid, good run blocker as Royce Newman is. But yo, y'all let me know what y'all think about this mock. I think I fixed most of the holes in this team, you know, and what needed to be done, you know. In the interior line, you know, I got selected Jalen Twyman, and you have to know Passanolo can be an optional defensive tackle, but you got David Onyemata, Shai Tuttle, and Malcolm Roach. Hopefully can develop into run stoppers, you know. But our corner depth, you know, fix that with Trill Williams and Greg Newsome. You have Marshawn Lattimore, C.D. Deuce, you know, Patrick Robertson, Keith Washington, Grant Haley, Trill Williams, and Greg Newsome. And then the safety depth, got Malcolm Jenkins, Marcus Williams, Paris Ford, you know, you can get a free agent safety, DJ Swearinger's out there, you know, JT Gray, and then you have PJ Williams. But our linebacker core, Jabril Cox, Demario Davis, Zach Bond, you know, Chase Hansen, who we got from UDFA, and Andrew Dowell, and then you have Caden Ellis. But yo, y'all let me know, what do y'all think about this mock draft? Is there some things that I missed? Is something I should adjust? You know, y'all let me know down below in the comments. DOP on 3, subscribe on me. It's been Boy Smokers YT. We always out here. Who that? We out.
I look into the sky. I don't wanna die. Days are gonna ride. There's not the time. Don't wanna show that side. Make you wanna cry. I know you feel that fire. Make you lose your mind. I call him my slime Ron. Yeah, I know he in action. I counted my money, now you in the fashion. Y'all niggas be capping, y'all internet acting up. I can't wait till the day till y'all internet acting up again. Little nigga, I know you feel that. It's all of you snakes in the grass, like little nigga, you better get back. I don't know why you keep talking like baby girl, stop with the chit chat. If you got a problem, man, you got it.